Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the long winter, the Popcorn Heroes Game of Thrones podcast. What's up, Pedro?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Nice. I'm Armando. The original duel is back.
That's right, baby.
After long demand, we've been getting so many emails and comments on our messages
It's crazy.
that everybody wanted a classic duel back.
I know.
So here we are.
My phone could not stop ringing.
Could not stop. 2 episodes later, here we are, baby.
I said, you got to come back.
Gotta come back.
We need you.
We need you. The Night Watch needs you.
Anyways, so this episode, we will be doing a recap of episode 4 of the final season of Game of Thrones called The Last of the Starks.
Last of the Stocks. Well, let's start it off by talking about, did you fucking like it to begin with?
I did like it. It was definitely most definitely the weakest one of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was highly disappointed about the episode.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that disappointed me, but overall, I thought it was a decent episode. Is probably what. Yeah, as far as I guess Game of Thrones standards, it's pretty low. But
Yeah.
I mean,
for me, the last 2 episodes have been very disappointing.
the thing is, this one just felt so. Well, yeah, you didn't like the last one, but this one just felt so rushed, more than the last one to me.
Yeah, I don't
Felt
know.
rushed.
It was off.
It was all putting the pieces into play for the next
But stupidly though,
Yeah.
and that's why I didn't like. It just was so stupid.
In a way. But shit, let's go into it. Let's start it off.
Yeah, recap that shit.
So pretty much the episode starts off with Jon Snow and all the survivors of the last battle, of the famous Battle of Winterfell, all of them burning the bodies with their mass funeral and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, man, looking at that, a lot less people than I thought. And there's a lot more people alive than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought the numbers would have been reversed.
It's like what we kept talking about, plot armor.
Of course.
But I wish there was more fallout from the battle, which you didn't really see that much fallout.
Well, I mean, there kind of was. You saw each person burning the person they were closest to.
Yeah, but there should have definitely been more bodies.
Well, yeah.
Because last when they were in the middle of the battle, there was a shit ton of bodies everywhere.
Oh, so you mean
the
bad guys' bodies?
Yeah.
No, not bad guys.
Yeah,
you know
the dead already, the ones who were dead. So where the fuck are all these bodies? Did you literally burn them all? Why wasn't there more smoke in the area if you did burn them all?
Okay,
there's consistency is kind of off.
It was
thrown out,
It was definitely. I have no doubt it's for budget reasons. They definitely were like, "Fuck it, we need to kill this dragon in a really nice way instead of showing all the bodies."
Yeah, I don't really necessarily need to see all the bodies. I would have liked to seen
at least a pile somewhere,
piles of smoke everywhere,
burning, like burning on the horizon.
Like if when you're panning out, 'cause I think they did pan out a few times.
They probably did.
There should have been a shit ton of smoke in the area.
I know there was a pretty decent bird's eye view, just so you could see all the funeral.
The pyres, yeah.
All the funeral pyres. So, so we start seeing everybody, burning. Dany burns, Jorah.
Yeah.
And everyone gets their moment. Sansa's burning Theon. Yeah, and so on. So pretty much this is the part where they remind you, oh yeah, these are the ones that died last episode.
Yeah.
So we get to that, and after that we go right to the feast. And the feast is a little awkward.
It was very subdued.
Yeah, in the beginning. In the beginning, it was very awkward. Everyone was just kind of to themselves, just eating. And then, no one's really saying anything. And then Gendry's kind of like...
He was looking for Arya.
That's right. He goes to the Hound. Where's Arya? And the Hound's like, I see what you're doing. So, Gendry goes to get her. But right before he's able to leave the room, that's when Dany's like, wait, this is one of the moments where I can,
get some goodwill.
Yeah, pretty much turn people towards me, because that's all she wants to do. So she's like, Gendry, you're Robert Baratheon. They kind of start making it seem like, oh shit, she's got beef or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when she goes, you are now crowned the Lord of Storm's End, which is the Baratheon home. So I thought that was pretty fucking cool because
it was great. I was expecting that to happen regardless.
Right. No matter what, like, especially when he was introduced early in the show, we all knew, oh yeah, this guy's basically going to be one of the bigger pieces in the end game.
And then he was rowing for like 5 seasons.
Yeah, he was rowing for 5. And so after that, he goes to Arya to go to propose to her. But before that, I did actually notice that he told Arya, he's like, oh yeah, I'm no longer Gendry Rivers. Now I'm Gendry Baratheon. And that was a huge fuck up on their part. Because I don't know if you guys know, but the bastards all get different last names.
Depending on where they're born.
Right. There's a reason why Jon Snow was named Jon Snow. It's because he was a quote unquote bastard born in the north. Mm-hmm. And the Sand sisters, they were called Sand because they were born in Dorne. So, quick little lore history lesson. You get the name Rivers from being born in the Riverlands, which is where like Riverrun is, where I just blanked out on these guys that get killed by Arya right now.
Oh, the Freys.
The Freys are there. The Tullys are there, which was the Stark's mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, he wasn't born there. He was born in King's Landing, obviously. So his name should have actually been Waters. Should have been Gendry Waters. And I'm really surprised that was like
they skipped the ball there.
I'm very surprised they fucked up on that part. You would think that all these people have read the books, they've all got into the lore, and they fuck up on that. I mean, it's not that big a deal in the scheme of things, especially since they're not,
It just feels they've been sloppy.
Exactly. This season feels... Well,
look, because episode 1 and episode 2
were strong.
Were really strong with character moments, character development. And just from there,
maybe it's just the second half of the season.
And the crazy thing is that this episode was written by the creators of the show.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It says David Benioff and DB Wise.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. You're right. So it did feel a little lazy, Mm-hmm.
A lot of this entire episode for me felt very lazy.
Yeah. So you get that, right, and then you get Daenerys with her now famous coffee cup.
Yeah,
that was left there. It's like this chick is sipping her coffee.
That shit went viral.
I mean,
seconds after the show ended.
It's crazy. I didn't notice it.
Well, no, I didn't notice it at all.
Because it was when Jon and Tormund are talking. So your focus is on that.
Yeah, and I'm focusing on the faces too. Like I want to see the reactions to what was happening.
Yeah. But man, it's absolutely unmistakable. What the fuck were they thinking? I know that it's exhausting. There's a lot of shit going on, but this ain't no battle scene. This is people just sitting there.
Yeah,
and the actress Daenerys.
This all. I mean, for me, this all falls on the prop person
sure
who needs to maintain consistency from shot to shot.
Yeah, the continuity from shot to shot.
Absolutely. So like I don't blame the actors or anything like that. It's not their job to do that. It's their job to remember the lines and act what they need to act. And that's why they have a fucking props manager, I guess, or whatever you want to call them.
Technically, you're absolutely right. But at the same time, Emilia Clarke couldn't hear the words
But
action.
Was it Emilia Clarke? No, we don't know yet. We
don't know, but it's in front of her.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. It could have been somebody who's, hanging out, talking. It could have been Jon Snow who's talking to Daenerys, sipping his coffee, and then goes away for his shot. You know what I'm saying?
So Kit Harington's the basic bitch that was sipping. Everyone's like, that I can smell that pumpkin spice latte from here.
You don't really know whose cup it was, but it's just sloppy.
Yeah, there were a few things in this episode that definitely made it feel like they're kind of getting cocky. And they're like just really trying to get,
or they just want to fucking end it. They don't care anymore.
Well, they're cocky enough to know that it doesn't matter how many fucking pumpkin spice lattes pop up on screen. People are still gonna watch this show because it's almost over.
Yeah,
But it was a big fuck up, especially the editor. Couldn't have seen that.
I mean, it's been a year or two of them doing this shit. They could have seen.
That's true.
It passed through so many hands.
This was a delayed season,
or. They did see it, and the person who's editing didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
he was like, fuck this shit. I don't want to kick this back and then have to do this all over again.
It's true. That does happen many
people get
times.
lazy. But regardless, that happened, and shortly after that, he goes, like you were saying, goes to
propose to Arya.
And she's like, nah, man, not fam.
Yeah, she went, that's not me, which is a nice little callback to season 1 Arya with Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Where Ned Stark was all like, pretty much trying to raise her to kind of be like the princessy type.
You marry
She's
a
like-
lord and all that
and
stuff.
her exact words are, "That's not me." So it was
Yeah.
a really cool callback to show, because honestly, if she would have accepted that, it would have felt out of character for her.
Oh, for
me.
sure.
Yeah.
And I think me and you both feel that she's not gonna.
No, her
live
arc
to the
does
end.
not go this way. Oh yeah, and I don't think she'll live to the end either. You're right.
No.
I mean, yeah, I don't think so.
Like even when,
And if she does, she will be no one.
yeah,
at the end.
It's funny because like I know we talked about this in our earlier seasons of this conversation. We also did mention that like in the books we could the Stark kids do warg into shit. They just don't know they warg.
Oh well, yeah.
So we always felt that like if she was gonna die at the end, they'd probably warg into Nymeria and live out her life out there in the wild.
I mean, that was your thing. I didn't think that they would ever introduce warging.
They're
to
never
anyone
gonna
else.
introduce into the show. But I mean, we always felt that was her end. Her end is gonna be that way of just like she's not gonna make it.
Wow,
to the end.
dang.
She's a wild person. She does her thing, and she's always wanted to do her thing. So I think the show has stick to that characterization of her just being her own. Her, not submitting to anything. She really hasn't submitted to anything. She tried to do the faceless shit and she didn't submit to that.
Right.
She hasn't submitted to the Lord life either. So
Yeah, she's always been
The lady life
consistent
of her.
to. Yeah, she's been pretty consistent to the freedom.
yeah,
And she just collects all these skills on the way. But at the end of the day, she is still Arya.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And she's
Like
not
people are
gonna
like, "Oh
survive.
my god, how she's changed." You're absolutely right. She has, but at the same time,
But it's a change that she wanted. Like
right. But
you've
but
always thought that.
her core is still the same if you
Yeah.
think about it. And this proved it. She's like, "Nah, man, you're hot. We fucked. It was awesome. But nah, I'm
Yeah.
good." So he's heartbroken.
Yes,
That's
first heart that has been broken
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
this
say
episode.
let's keep a tally. Heart number 1 broken. So then it cuts over to Jaime, Brienne, Tyrion, and good old Podrick playing a nice game of I forgot what we call it.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? There you go.
But I don't think I think it's a truth game.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's-
because you were saying like,
oh
like,
no, my bad. Never have I ever is what I think.
there you go. Never have I ever. You're
That's
right.
it.
You're right.
It's-
Which is a callback to earlier seasons.
Yep, I believe it was season 1. I know it was Braun, and it was that girl that he falls in love with.
Oh, the
I can't remember her name right now.
fuck. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The
one he ends up killing.
Yeah, the prostitute lady.
But anyways, yeah, it was a nice callback to that because they always did, their little jokes, and he always tries to analyze them. So him analyzing Brienne and all that stuff was kind of like that too.
Yeah.
So pretty much they're going back and forth, and I forgot, was it Jaime that takes a jab at Tyrion? Like, "Oh, you've been married before?" I think
She
it was-
did.
or she
She
brought it.
said, I think she said, you've been married before.
Yes,
And he's like, "Oh."
yeah. Someone took a
And
jab at
Jamie's
him.
just like, yeah.
Yeah. Someone took a jab at him and he was like, "Nah, I don't like that," because it brought back all the bad memories of his first love. So he
Yeah.
takes a jab back at her saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, you're a virgin." And immediately Bran was like, "I'm done."
Yeah.
So she goes off to her room, and then that's when Jaime goes after her.
But
And
before, what happens there?
oh yes, of course, Tormund comes in and he's like, "Hey," just chugging his freaking horn and everything, and that shit is fucking awesome. And then yeah, he tries to go like to mac with her.
Well, yeah, because she walks away. And then he tries to go after her.
That's right, he goes after.
But then Jamie stands up and he's like,
cock block
"Yeah,
Jaime.
nigga," and he goes instead, and that's where we get heart number 2 broken.
Ah, yes, Tormund. Heart number 2 broken. But it's okay. He got like a side chick.
Shortly after, he was like, "I moved on."
He got a side chick, but his heart will still stay broken.
Yeah, it was broken.
So how'd you feel about that? They finally hooked up after so much of that. Would they? Wouldn't they? It was a little weird.
Certain aspects about it was weird.
Like obviously they do love each other, but at the same time,
Dude, was it love,
love, right? Or was it more of like
I think it was more her loving him than him loving her.
I
think he just greatly appreciates her.
right? The thing is, I mean, we'll get into it because it's a big part of the episode, but he pretty much has a Cersei addiction that he can't really get over.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was him trying, like, you know what? Yeah, man, I love her. Let's try this out. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm happy, you know, but he still got that. He still got that addiction gnawing at him.
Yeah, he tried to kick it, as you would say. Especially trying to do it with her. And I know he appreciates her. He loves her, you know. They've gone through a lot. And there's always been this friction between them. But I definitely never thought it was sexual friction.
Right.
You know.
I didn't think so either, but hey, I guess it kind of was.
It is what it is.
But who knows, man? Life and death situations, shit just fucking happens. So.
But at this moment, was it life and death?
Well, afterwards, it's kind of like the hell yeah, we made it. Like they were back to back, looking in each other's eyes as they were about to die. You know, like that's a moment that who knows what goes through your mind after that. So I didn't think it was out of character for any of them. But at the same time, I really wasn't expecting it to go that way.
I mean, for me, if this was going to happen, it should have happened a long time ago.
You think so?
Yeah. They've had more moments, even when they were on the road together.
Right.
It could have happened there.
But nothing beats surviving an army of the dead and surviving to talk about it. So I think this was the moment if it was going to happen anyways. There actually was something, now that you mentioned Tormund, that I skipped when, actually it was when the coffee cup showed up. It was when...
he was talking to John.
He's talking to John and he's like, you've been dead before. He was pretty much hyping him up.
He was hyping him so much.
So much. And he's like, who the fuck rides on a fucking dragon? Like kind of insulting.
A king does.
Right. So it's crazy because at that moment, I actually really like that scene.
Yeah, it was a great scene.
Because you look at Daenerys and she's alone.
Yeah.
And she starts looking around.
And everybody's grouped up.
Everyone's grouped up. Everyone's happy. And then everyone's cheering John on. So she's pretty much saying like, shit. I'm here. I came here to save everybody, to win their hearts, but I just couldn't. Yeah. Like she didn't win their hearts like that. At the end of the day, it still is Jon Snow that will get most of the people in those rooms.
Yeah, people love Jon.
Yeah.
Even though he's never looked for that affection from anybody.
Right.
But he's gotten it. And
that's probably the reason, man. He's not trying hard. He's not trying. You know how it is. You don't try and it happens.
Yeah, because he's not playing the game, dude. He's just fucking being Jon.
Bro, yeah.
And they don't, and I guess she doesn't realize that. Like he's just
right.
He's been through so much and he's gone through so much with all these people that like it doesn't really. She just comes out of nowhere, and she doesn't realize that like with the camaraderie that's right. been built, the legacy he has
for sure. But it's also because she's out of her element. She's not a northerner at all. A lot of northerners don't care to any outsiders.
Oh, for sure.
Especially like a woman, you know. Of course, the wildlings don't give a shit. You could see Tormund gonna go like, so what? Yeah. But Tormund's been like fucking brushing shoulders with Jon since
the beginning.
So
I mean, again, not necessarily the beginning. They were enemies in the beginning, and then they became friends.
Right. Yeah, season 3, 4-ish.
Yeah. So like, well, regardless, they've been through some shit, dude. They've gone through some battles. You know, they fought Hardhome together.
Yeah.
You know, they saw the dead, and they fought the dead together.
Hardhome was so good.
So it's one of those things where they've had that relationship, and he's seen Jon grow, like, and he's seen Jon die. He's seen Jon come back, and he's like, "Fuck, dude, like you're the fucking shit."
Yeah.
Like, how do you not have more power than what you have right now?
Yeah.
You fought all these battles,
right?
You know, you survived all of them. You brought people together. You fucking rode a dragon, dude. Like what the fuck, dude? Like you're the shit right now. Like you're the most epic guy I've ever known,
pretty much.
And I'm epic, you know. And I'm saying this shit to you, so. It's just he's so excited about Jon, and he loves Jon so much.
Drunk,
and he's so drunk, and you know the truth comes out when you're drunk, essentially sometimes.
Yeah.
So he's just fucking like, I love this guy, you know, and I want everybody to know how awesome he is.
Yeah.
And then everybody knows that, and as I was like, you know, the people he was with, they're like, oh yeah, he's a fucking shit, you know.
Yeah, I like that scene because it really showed Dany like completely out of her.
But
element.
Again, nobody fucking knows her.
Right.
The only people who know her are her subjects. Right. And none of them are fucking hyping her up and drinking with her. And like, no, dude, because they're below her, essentially. So nobody's doing that with her. So she's literally alone. Like, literally alone.
Yeah.
And she has no friends. She's never had any friends.
I mean,
she just has subjects.
Technically, Missandei.
But Missandei is still a subject for hers.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in a way, but they still have they have friendship. They have a sisterhood.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's more of respect for each other, but they don't have like a camaraderie. Like they're not like, hey, what's up, girl? No, dude, she's just fucking servant.
Missandei hypes her up any chance she gets.
Missandei protects her.
Right.
As a subject should protect their lord.
Or a badass sister friend.
No. It's there's two different camaraderies there. Like there's that one of like, oh, this is my queen and I respect her and I want to make sure everybody else respects her and try to understand her. But there's a difference between the fucking bro love that was happening between Tormund and Jon and a subject respecting you. It's not the same. So like they're just different aspects, and the times she stand up for her, I'm like, yeah, you know what? She saved me from this. She saved me from all this crap that could have happened to me.
Right.
And I respect her and I love her for that. But it's not really, they're not friends. There's not a friendship there. They're just respect, mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
And love because of all the shit they've been through. But there's not like they're broing down and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like she doesn't do that with anybody. She doesn't have real friends, dude. So she's alone. She's always been alone. She just had people around her who've wanted something from her, but she's never had anyone, to be honest with you. Jon has always had friends. He has Sam. He has the people from the Night Watch he grew up with, whatever. So you think this is Daenerys's
like slow descent into madness? Maybe, or do you think that's a little too
for
cliche?
sure, dude? Like it's not cliche, you know. She's realizing she's alone and she's trying to hold on to that shit for dear life because she understands that nobody really fucking likes her. Nobody wants to like her. No one's even tried to like her. So she's alone in all the sense of the word, and the only thing that she could control is her power, right? So that's why. In the beginning of the season, when she's walking into Winterfell, she was fucking nervous and like scared and like, what's fucking going on? Like, why is nobody cheering for me?
Oh, right.
And then when the fucking dragon came, she's like, yeah, motherfuckers, you better be scared. And she was smirking and shit because she knows that all she has is her power,
is her fear.
Is what she can subject to people is her fear, like, right? So she's just afraid. Like she's afraid of losing the little thing that she has.
Right.
Her ultimate goal is to have power. And more power.
She's like, bro, how many fucking seasons have I had to deal with trying to get here? And now that I'm here, nobody
cares for me.
No one worships me.
Yeah, and nobody cares for her. So she's just trying to hold on to the only thing that she has is just power, and she's trying so hard not to lose it. And let's fast forward a little bit. The scene where she goes into the chambers of Jon and she tells him like, "Hey, don't fucking Hey, don't tell anybody about who you are because then I'm going to lose power."
Right. Well, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Everyone else is going to team up. They're going to hype
because
you up.
Because she saw that. Because she saw how everybody loves him.
Right.
So if everybody knows he has a rightful claim to the throne,
then of course
nobody's going to give a fuck about her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she's absolutely right. If anyone hears about that, that's it. It's game over for her.
Yeah. So she's trying so hard to hold on to that fucking slither, that small piece of power that she has. And because that's all she has. That's all she's ever wanted and known and all that shit. So, that scene
it's going to be a hell of a tragedy at the end.
So, dude, she's going to go crazy because she's trying to hold on to something. Or hopefully she just gives it up. That's the hope.
Yeah, we'll see.
But the way she's acting, the way she's portraying herself.
I definitely don't see them getting married. The Allegiant, I don't see that happening.
That's not going to happen. No.
Because I feel like the show's going to get a little more Shakespearean before it's over, which would be nice.
Like, I do feel she's going to die.
Hey, because happy endings for the show should never exist. They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. Just a part. Some people would have happy endings.
Some people, for sure.
Sam.
Side characters, absolutely.
Sam is having a zapping ending, essentially. He's staying. His girl is knocked up.
Right.
And
they're staying, so they're pretty much out of the picture for the rest of the show.
I think essentially they probably go home, and so he could be the lord of wherever they're from. So some people are having happy endings, Tormund is going north again. So he's like, fuck this South life.
Yeah. And
I'm not gonna live this shit.
You belong up here with us.
Yeah.
Real north.
Yeah, for real.
I just love how he keeps calling everyone from the South. Like everyone in Winterfell's from the South.
Yeah.
And they're like, bitch,
this is the north too.
We're the north. He's like, nah, the real north.
So, he's going back up there. He's having his happy ending after surviving a shit ton of fucking crazy shit he's gone through.
Yeah.
So people are having their happy endings. We're just probably not gonna expect that
Right.
true happy endings for a lot of our main characters.
For sure. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
So pretty much Daenerys is like, all right, let's go. We got to pack our shit. We got to go to King's Landing immediately because this bitch is gathering power.
Yeah.
And Sansa immediately
doesn't want that.
Yeah. Immediately bumping heads again.
Which is half of it is because she doesn't want her to get more power, and half of it is because it's true. These motherfuckers are fucked up.
They're exhausted.
Come on, dude. You fought zombies, man. Like, can you give me, give me a fortnight right quick? You know?
Yeah.
Give me 3 months or some shit like that. Let me rest for 2 months or whatever it is. Like, she's not gonna get any more power. People are leaving her essentially.
Well, yeah, but
all she has is the Lannister army and the Golden Company.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know, nobody else wants to be with her.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, people weren't leaving the city though.
No. I'm saying the lords are leaving her. Because if you heard like, oh, this lord left her, he's promised us to, he's bending the knee to us, whatever. They were reading the list of a quick list.
Got it.
So like the lords of whatever is left are leaving Cersei. So like, there's no fucking rush. Like, hey, let the motherfuckers heal. Let's gather our forces a little bit better. Let's be strategic about things.
Right. But
she's not, dude. Yeah. She's hot-headed. Like, she's like, nah, fuck that, dude. I mean, I came here for a reason. I did a little detour, shook some hands. Yeah, but now I kiss some babies. Like, let's fucking do this. Like, I want to get what I came for. And like, you're stupid.
Yeah. Definitely she's hot-headed, and definitely Sansa's like, this bitch is crazy, so I'm not going to do anything she says. So she's tugging on the other end pretty hard, too.
And it's one of those things of like, hey, you want people to love you? Then you should listen to some people's counsel. Like,
yeah.
Like, hey, this you want this girl to be on your side, but yet you're like, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm not gonna listen to you.
Yeah.
Like,
she's still treating people as subjects when
she'd be like, yeah, you're right. Our soldiers are hurt. They need to heal. We need to feed them. We need to help our people here.
Or a happy medium.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like how much do you want? 2 months. You get 1.
Yeah, there you go. Bam. And we will scout the fucking south and see what's happening.
We'll scout the oceans.
Exactly. How are you not gonna fucking do that? Oh my god, they're gonna be started.
Well, I mean, technically, that's the part we're gonna get into right now. So they decide to split up. So it looks like Jon and Sir Davos take the King's Road, the long way there.
Yeah.
While Daenerys and her whole fleet decide to sail to Dragonstone.
Yeah. Which is a little bit quicker because
Before that, really quickly, just to finish off the Winterfell story. So Jaime decides to stay with Brienne.
Yes.
And then in the middle of the night, he says, JK.
Well, because he heard the news of what happened to Dany's dragon.
Oh, so
that's a little bit later.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I guess we should get to the part. All right.
Yeah. So regardless,
they're sailing.
But then again, if you want to tie up those plot lines, you have one of the fucking shit that I hate about this episode, cutting off when things were getting good. Example right now, when Jon's about to leave, he's with Sansa and Arya and Bran, and he's gonna reveal the truth to her.
Which I thought was kind of cool how Bran went. It's your choice.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
It was great because it is his choice. If you want people to know, you fucking tell people. If you don't, whatever. I did my part, which is tell you the truth.
Yeah,
it's up to you. What do you want to do it with? So I hate that shit. Like, he's like, oh yeah, you tell him, but we never saw the reaction. It cuts off. One of the fucking places that it cuts off that I hate so much.
And I understand that we've been told, maybe two times about this whole thing. But still, the fact that we see people's reactions is what makes it interesting.
But we don't see that reaction.
Oh, no, I know.
And it's like, why are you going to cut off? Like, this is what I've been waiting for. For you to tell your sisters, I'm a Targaryen. How the fuck did they react?
Yeah, you don't know.
We don't know that. We don't know their faces are like, what? You're Targaryen? What the fuck? Like, we don't get that.
Oh, wow. Father was a good man after all.
He was a good man. He was a loyal man.
You don't hear any of that.
He was honorable to the day he fucking died.
Right.
He took a secret to his grave.
Right.
And like, something she couldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
But
but she's doing it for strategic.
It's one of those things where like, yeah, motherfucker, and this is one of the reasons that was so underwhelming for me this episode, that like you cut off in like the biggest, most important parts of the fucking episode.
Yeah.
That's one of them where when he tells Arya and Sansa who he actually is, why are you gonna fucking cut off from that? I want to see that. I want to see the reaction. I want to see that's a character moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're cutting me off from character moments that we're supposed to be seeing. And we get off camera.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
dude.
that off camera was pretty
It's
bullshit.
fucking stupid. Later on, when Sansa's like, hey, Tyrion, what about if there's a second choice? Another off fucking camera reaction. Like, I wanted to see Tyrion, his fucking face react to like, oh shit, this bastard is actually the legitimate person that should be sitting on the throne.
Yeah.
Like, we should have seen that too. And I'm like, why are you cutting off from those important character moments?
I totally disagree with the writers, but this is probably what they were thinking. They were probably thinking, we've heard quite a few people already find out about this, and we've already seen the reactions, so we don't need to see.
But who has found out? We've only saw 3 people.
Yeah.
We saw Daenerys find out, too, which again it got cut off because we didn't get her full reaction to it because the moment got cut off, right?
Well, the moment
she's like, "What?" And then they go, "Hey, we're getting attacked, whatever."
But that cut off.
And then we saw when Sam got realized the lineage. That's it, dude. Who else did we see?
Jon. Well, you see Jon.
Oh, that's it. But we needed to see that. It was important for us to fucking see that.
Right. I guess they felt this wasn't important. I disagree because it is. It's important for everyone to know this. You can go through the whole
and their
story.
fucking reaction is extremely important, especially his sisters who are Stark for life. You know, nobody gets into this gang. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why wouldn't you see the most treacherous? How would they react to the most treacherous family ever with the Targaryens, right? Who was destroying the kingdom, who almost destroyed them, blah, 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 blah. Who fucking took away her aunt. Like, that's all Stark family's history. Like, we needed to see that reaction, you know?
Yeah.
How would have they reacted? I want to know how they reacted when they realized that their aunt ran away because she loved this person after all the stories they've heard about that family. Like, come on, dude. That's important character moments that we needed to have. Like, those reactions. Like, come on. They've grew up with one history and they finally realized the truth of that history.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking stupid, dude.
No, I agree. They definitely...
It's frustrating.
They definitely, yeah. And obviously they rushed all of that because they wanted to show the part that we're going to talk about now, where their fleet is sailing to Dragonstone. And then they start doing this nice little moment of the dragons flying and shit. And out of fucking nowhere, Rhaegal dies.
Which is fucking stupid again.
Harpoon like a fucking voodoo doll.
It's stupid, dude. I hate this moment.
Yeah.
Not the fact that the dragon dies. You're like, fuck, yeah.
No, the dragon die I thought was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
the way they did it was.
But the way they did it, like, oh, surprise attack out of nowhere, you know? If he could see the dragon, they could have seen the ships.
The only thing is they should have showed some moment where you see I don't know, man, like the ship coming out of a corner, like maybe protected by mountains or something. You couldn't tell. But it looked like it was wide open ocean.
Yeah, but I think it came out of like a channel that leads into the ocean. But regardless, if they were able to see the fucking dragon, people should have seen that ship.
Yeah,
they had a fleet. There's 2 fleets, dude. Like, they're like, come on, man.
Yeah, it was plot armor, or I don't even know what the opposite of plot armor is.
Plot hole, maybe, I don't know, dude. Like, it's just stupid. It's the logistics of that scene is idiotic. If they were able to see the dragon, somebody should have able to see that. Or logistically speaking, there should have been a lead ship that goes and fucking, you know, like we said, scout whatever. You're in war, dude. You're not gonna fucking send out, you know, an entire fleet of people out into the ocean to fucking die. And essentially that's what they did. And it's stupid. Now it's making it seem like Cersei's this fucking genius out here, you know?
Right, when really it's just everyone making stupid mistakes.
Yeah, like she's a genius. If you think about it now, like she has people running into King's Landing. She's protecting herself with people, right?
Right,
and the ship, like the whole ship thing, it's smart, it's genius. Like she's fucking right now, in this show right now, she's the smartest person.
Yeah, she's
in this show right now.
Smarter than the Night King,
she's smarter than anyone right now. And I'm just like after last episode, like she could literally tell everybody, whatever the North says about the fucking zombies is all a lie.
And then everyone will believe.
And everyone will believe her because nobody fucking knows that what happened, you know? So it's just one of these things where like, it's just, she's the smartest person and everybody else is a fucking completely idiot. They've dumbed them down to like 1,000%. And again, this is just another way to fucking dwindle the army down for Daenerys So then it could just be like, hey, man, we're more equal now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like, why? We don't need that drama, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Fuck this.
Anyways, yeah, I agree with you, but it didn't bother me as much as it's bothering you right now.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
To me, I just took it as, okay, let's get to the fucking battle already, because obviously you don't give a shit about character moments. So yeah, so she's down a dragon. This is the part that I'm gonna tell you right now that pissed me off.
Okay, I think we're in the same page here.
So, I gotta say, I actually did like the scene where you see all the ships just getting absolutely fucking obliterated.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love that shit.
And then
ship battles are always awesome.
yeah, and then Tyrion's like, "Oh fuck!" and he's got to jump. I thought, "Oh, that looks so sick." It almost reminded me of that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where the whole ship is being obliterated and the guy's just walking gracefully. But instead, Tyrion's like, "Fuck that!" and he jumps. I love all that. And now here's the part that's bullshit. So they're all floating in the water.
Yeah.
They all swim to the island. It looked like everyone was swimming there because you kind of saw a line of people going. All these ships get obliterated, and suddenly Missandei, the only one
that gets captured,
is the only one that gets captured.
That's fucking stupid.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Where the hell was she? It's ridiculous.
I think Grey Worm told her to get below ship or to get off the ship.
Yeah, she's in the same ship as him. But what the?
But what was that word he used? Like, I don't know what that word was. Was that word to get off the ship?
No, I think it was get to the back
or get under. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so get under or get to the back.
Let's put it like this: one, if she goes under, right? That's just fucking stupid how she got captured, right? It's idiotic.
Yeah.
It's the most stupidest shit that's ever happened.
I mean, it's stupid no matter what.
Yes.
Because she got captured.
Two, if he told her to escape, like get on a boat and escape, then it's kind of more plausible of how she would have gotten caught. But regardless, it's still stupid. We should have seen something of her getting caught.
There was no establishing shot. Like, I know that they're like, oh, okay, every episode now is 80 minutes. We can't really be, putting any more minutes. But bitch, 30-second scene was all I had to see.
Of her just running to a ship or something.
Or her, like you said, maybe her on the
going under.
boat, or the boat. And then suddenly she looks up, maybe the shadow of the other fucking ship there. And then that's it.
Yeah.
And then cut to her being caught.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. That's the very least you should have done.
And that's fast.
Because now it just feels stupid because the only shot you get of the survivors is everyone going to an island. You mean to tell me she's the only dumb idiot that swam in the other direction?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. It is
very weird. So that infuriated me. And my dad would not stop talking shit. From that point on to the end of the episode, he would not stop talking crap.
It's because he just got stupider, dude.
Because, you're right. They just started dumbing down everybody and making everything way too convenient for the sake of rushing this plot point.
For the sake of drama. This is drama for the sake of drama.
I mean,
I hate that shit.
I felt like this was a whole other episode and they just cut it down to the last 20 minutes when it should have been a whole other episode.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, did they have to rush it into 6 episodes? They couldn't have done it 7.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
and plus, if
this show is making so much fucking money that I don't understand why they started cutting corners so much.
And just how like they added an extra 20 minutes to episode 3.
Yeah,
you could have easily added 10 more minutes to this episode, 5 more minutes,
or
to this
the one
episode.
after to have the episode start with this.
You know what I'm saying?
Something.
Exactly. Like you could have added, and nobody would have complained about more Game of Thrones.
No one. Who's gonna go? Oh my god, there's a 2-hour episode.
No,
today.
dude.
No one's gonna complain.
Everybody's
about
gonna
that.
be fascinated by it.
They're gonna be like,
"Fuck yes, give me more Thrones."
Yeah.
You know.
So honestly,
it was very frustrating.
So I feel like this episode was more of a victim of trying to rush shit more than anything else. All these dumb moments that you're talking about is because
it's just setting up the chess pieces. That's all it is.
It's rushing.
Because what they needed people to be and have certain things at a certain moment. So like, how are we gonna get there?
Yeah.
So let's fucking cut these corners just to get them faster, so we could speed up the plot.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just fucking stupid, dude. And another moment that I hated, right before all the ships were getting destroyed, is how Daenerys was going straight at the ship.
Like she was gonna go in and obliterate.
Like, bitch, you have a fucking dragon.
I mean,
like, go up, take him to the skies, and get in the clouds or whatever. And come from behind him and blood to fucking destroy them, dude.
Yeah, but here's the thing with that. So obviously, Cersei's tactics are get your leaders mad so that they don't think straight and they make stupid mistakes. So obviously, her dragon, think about it, her child just died in front of her.
Yeah.
She's going to act absolutely dumb.
Of
so
course.
her reaction was totally okay because I thought, you're being really stupid right now because your child died in front of you. It's just a gut reaction that you don't know what'll happen until it happens.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that was a dumb part. I just thought this bitch getting caught was a dumb part.
Oh, for sure. Like,
but her reacting that way, charging in, I'm like, don't be stupid.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly. Like you're gonna react like that. But again,
it's just annoying to see because you're like, oh great.
It's just stupid. Like you're supposed to be you're supposed to be getting better at this. Like you've fought a lot of battles. You've been in a lot of battles. You should be getting smarter by every battle you're in and learn from your mistakes of every battle, essentially.
No, every time something personal happens, she acts dumb. Like when the Dothraki died, which by the way, not all Dothraki are dead apparently, because there's like one or two more. So I'm like, okay, cool. You ain't all dead. That's nice.
I don't know.
So anyways, when the Dothraki attacked last episode, she acted all dumb.
Yeah, she didn't stick to the plan. She didn't stick to the plan. In the beginning, the plan was stupid to begin with because it's like you have your OP weapons and you're like putting them away just in case you don't want to get killed.
No. You're just waiting for the Night King to pop up. But anyways.
It quote unquote makes sense, but dude, you have foot soldiers fighting the dead. When you have dragons that, you could fly low to the ground and then fly back up or whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
I was going to say, stop talking about that episode.
There's ways to do shit,
Anyways.
And in this episode, like she loses her mind and she's playing into everything that Cersei's setting up, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, dude. Like, you got to be smarter than this. Charging a ship straight on with your dragon after you just fucking lost a dragon. Why would you do that to begin with? Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I just saw one of my fucking dragons get taken down. Like, why the fuck am I going to risk my biggest, most badass dragon going head onto that? Like, nah, nigga, I just step back, try to find a way to outmaneuver them to destroy them,
Yeah.
There's plenty of ways to outmaneuver them. She's flown these dragons to the sky before, like she did when she was fighting the Night King. So she knows she could do that. And I'm saying, like, you could go up. They're not gonna shoot up. I don't think they. How far back up can these spears go? And you fucking flank them, dude. And that's it. You would have destroyed the entire fleet right there.
But then there would have been no show.
Exactly. Drama for the sake of drama. That's what I fucking hate, dude. Yeah. I hate when shows do that.
There would have been no show.
It's just so frustrating, I don't know. They're like, whatever, man. Let's keep on.
Anyways, so back at Winterfell, Jaime hears about this.
Yeah.
That the fleet got obliterated, and then he's reminded about Cersei, and then that's when his addiction starts kicking in. And then he pretty much says goodbye to Brienne, that he's got to go. And she's like, you're a good man. And he's like, but I'm not. And then he starts talking about all the shit he used to do. And, that scene was kind of hinted at in the I forgot which episode it was. I want to say it was the first one where he's having that heart-to-heart with the brother, with Tyrion. Tyrion and Jaime are talking, and he's like, you always loved her, and you knew who she was. So pretty much they dropped that seed in there that he would kind of like lose it a little bit and have to go back. So it sucks because after all this character moment, he kind of like went back to his addiction to go back to her. But we all know this is a setup to him actually killing her.
Hopefully.
So it's okay. Oh, of course it will. I sincerely doubt he's going to like ride or die with her.
Yeah, it's
it's just setting up a piece for him to go, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
If
and then he's there and then he does the deed.
Yeah, if we think what's going to happen happens, that's fucking great. Right. It all makes sense.
Then this makes sense.
But if he regresses and, ride or die, it gets stupid again.
Yeah. Because then the arc was for
it's
nothing.
just like, what's the whole point of him growing and outgrowing her at a certain point to just bring him back to his original state? Well, it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, it's stupid. You know what I'm saying?
About that.
So hopefully it happens the way we always thought it was going to happen. You're going to die by your little brother's hand, Jaime's the little brother. Hopefully he actually does kill Cersei, right? And that's what we've always wanted to happen. That's what we've always thought. And what everybody who ever talks about Game of Thrones has ever theorized that this is going to happen, right? So hopefully he is going back to fulfill that prophecy, right? But if it doesn't happen, fuck.
It'll happen.
It's just fuck. It's another thing that makes this shit so frustrating. Like,
well, I mean, the show ain't over, so you can't be frustrated about this scene.
Well, but the thing is that it destroys everything that's come before it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is the pivotal moment. You know? Yeah, exactly. If, right? But if it does play out like the way that we want it,
yeah, it'll be fine.
bravo. But if it doesn't, fuck that shit, dude.
It will.
You know, like, fuck that. Like, you spent all these seasons developing him as a character only to put him back in a stupid position.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Hopefully. There's no way they would do that.
He needs to be a Queen Slayer.
And so that leaves us to broken heart number 3, Brienne. She's like, oh no.
He escapes in the middle of the night. She wakes up. She's alone in the bed.
It's like, bastard.
Yeah. Broken heart number 3. She starts crying. What does she think, you know? Like,
oh no, she's thinking, I can't believe it. Like, after all this, she's thinking what you're thinking.
yeah.
This whole story arc we had together for nothing.
Yeah.
This is fucking bullshit. So, I mean, but it'll all pay off, man. I very rarely do story arcs not pay off here, except for maybe the Night
No,
King.
don't give me that shit, dude. There's a lot of things that have happened within these last 2 seasons that have not paid off.
All right.
So don't give me that shit now.
Let's nip that in the bud, because if not, I'm gonna get Armando started again on Night
Nip
King
that
bullshit.
shit.
Anyways, so this brings us to, I mean, honestly, it just brings us right to King's Landing. They teleport to King's Landing.
Well, yeah, after the whole battle, and then you had that very big conversation between Tyrion and
Varys.
And Varys.
That's right, because Tyrion knows now.
And then he told Varys about it.
Right, he tells Varys, and Varys is like, "Oh shit, this changes everything."
Yeah, so he's like, "How many people know?" And he's like, "Well, maybe like about 8 people." And then he's like, "Then it's not a secret; it's information now that we could use, or that could be used against her."
Right.
And it's like, "Fuck, Tyrion." I mean, like, yeah, Varys, you're actually right about that.
Yeah, but that was Sansa's plan all along, because she's
planting them seeds.
Yeah. She's been rolling with Littlefinger enough to know, like, that's how it is. She fucking hates Daenerys. So
She's playing that Game of Thrones, you know?
Yeah, she's playing it. She's playing it for sure. And you know, Daenerys is an easy one to play it against because she's nothing but a hothead. So yeah, so pretty much
it's crazy how, like, you know, Daenerys told Jon about it, like, yo, don't tell anybody. Because if you tell your sisters, they're going to use it against me.
Right. And that's exactly what's
not the
happening.
same person that you remember her being. And guess what? Fucking exactly happens the way she says.
Oh no, family first, man. He's Ned Stark fucking.
But the funny thing is that, like, as much as he doesn't want the throne, he's playing into the game too. So it's just like, if you really don't want the throne, why would you say that secret?
He just, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I don't think it's like that either. I just think he doesn't like keeping secrets from family. He just likes telling he likes to be 100% transparent with everyone. With everyone, he's like that. He tells everybody good and bad news. It's just him being
honorable,
righteous, like true, like light. But we all know in the Game of Thrones that never fucking thrives.
No, you get killed for it.
You get killed for sure. The only one that's been able to survive this long is really Jon Snow, and technically he died.
He died for being honorable.
So he just got back because of, some plot armor. But
yo, it's crazy how much plot armor all these people have.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's pretty nuts. So pretty much Varys is kind of like, I gotta think about that, because he's pretty much leaning towards shit. Jon Snow's the better choice. But Tyrion's like, no, ride or die Daenerys. Like, Daenerys, she's got it, man. She's got it. She's a bit of a hothead, but it's okay. I can convince her. Like, that's what the advisors are for. Like, we'll be okay. And Varys is like, no, man, what would he say? I'm a servant of the realm.
Yeah.
So
and he served some Tyrians too, so tyrants. So he knows how it is.
Right. So he pretty much sees it coming. He's like, these are all the bad signs. These are all the signs to it. And what really solidified that was what happens in King's Landing after. So they pretty much teleport to King's Landing somehow. And they're all right in front of Cersei's, which is interesting because she only brought like 10 soldiers with her. And I'm like, technically Cersei can spear every single one of these people
and that's it. The game is done.
Yeah, and I'm like, she ain't honorable. She's going to fucking kill everybody. The only one that maybe she has a soft spot for is Tyrion.
No way. She fucking hates Tyrion with a passion.
But as you can see, she did have the soft spot because she didn't destroy him with arrows.
Again, plot armor.
You think that's plot armor?
Yeah, of course, dude. You're absolutely right. Everything you said right now It's so true. She could have obliterated all of them.
All of them.
Instantly. Instantly, dude.
Yeah.
She has the wall. She has all the soldiers. She has those fucking huge ass spears.
The scorpions. She had like 10 of those.
Yeah. So like, there's nothing they could have done to stop her from killing them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the battle would have been done over in that moment. If it was actually real shit, they would have been dead.
Yeah.
Because you only have, and that's probably the majority of her Unsullied are right there in that moment in time. I think that's all she fucking has. She lost half of them in a battle. She lost maybe another quarter of them in a fucking ocean.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the way this show works, she might even have like 1 million stashed somewhere for the next episode battle, because apparently if they have the budget for it, they will CG the shit out of anyone they need.
Yeah, exactly. So, but again, that's the plot armors for that, because then it sets up, like you were saying, if that were to happen, the show will end.
Yeah.
So then they need that battle for the next episode. So that's the only reason why they survive, because you know what? The next episode calls for that little battle that's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that could have ended easily. You know, we already mentioned the other one we were talking about, the ships in the sea that she could have easily defeated them. Bam, that shit. Now this moment, she could have Cersei could have easily obliterated them. They would have had a chance in the world to survive.
The only one that would have been missing, because Jon Snow wasn't there. That's the only one that was missing.
But
I think she could have got.
But I think Jon Snow, if he would have heard news of Daenerys and the dragon getting killed, he'd be like, "Oh shit, let's go back to Winterfell and protect the walls." You know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't keep going up. That's it. The Dragon Queen is dead. You don't want the throne, so.
Right.
Let's fight for the independence of Winterfell, you know, the independent North, you know?
I mean, yes, his initial reaction would have been, let's go over there and kill him. But of course, advisors and Jon Snow, as dumb as he is in this show, it seems like he's a little bit smarter than Daenerys at this point.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
he's honorable.
But also Daenerys is getting pulled on all of the personal shit like this.
Yeah.
They're put Missandei right in front of her, dangling her right in front just to piss her off so she doesn't think straight.
Yeah.
So next week's episode, she's going to go in absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
She's going to make every single mistake you could possibly make because she's just seeing red right now. Her son is dead. Her son, the dragon. And now...
Yeah, her closest
right. I would say her sister, but you say her closest advisor subject.
Yeah, it's exactly what she is.
I would say it's sister at this point.
It's the person that has been there the longest for her, I think you would say, because she did save Missandei first. And then she saved, Grey Worm and his army.
Yes.
And, so on and so forth. But again, they've had a close bond.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that. Like, I'm not saying, like, anything other than that. But still, it's that carrot that's being dangled in front of her. She takes the bait. She could have easily died, but she didn't. Plot armor. And now she's going to fight this huge ass battle. Like you said, she's going to go in, full half cocked, whatever.
Every dumb mistake.
And then at some point, she's going to die because she's being a fucking idiot.
We'll see.
She's going to die.
Or she'll do a 180. Who the fuck knows how this show will go? All I know is that the advisors, it's going to definitely be a battle between Varys and Tyrion right now. Because Varys, in so many words, wants her dead. While Tyrion wants her to live.
Do you think he's going to die?
Who?
Varys.
I think Varys will have to... I'm going to just throw a guess out of my hat right now. I think Tyrion's going to have to kill Varys. It's just me throwing it out there. Because he's going to defend her. And Varys is going to do some crazy, spider mumbo-jumbo shit and try to get her killed somehow. Either during the battle, most likely after the battle, though. Most likely the epilogue episode. So I'm just throwing that one there. And I think Tyrion will be the one to win that battle. Because I'm always Team Tyrion. No matter how dumb he is in the show sometimes, Team Tyrion all the way. And he happens to be Team Daenerys.
Yeah. I don't know. But so yeah, that happened. And
so anyways, Missandei. Oh, wait. So Cersei pretty much says, surrender or I kill her. Straight up. And obviously they're not going to surrender.
Nobody is.
So she gets her head chopped off.
Yeah. But before that, what did she say?
Oh, yes. Any last words? She goes, Dracarys. That was pretty cool. All. That was cool. But it just still sucks the way they rushed her getting captured. Yeah, I actually thought that scene, of course, the layout that they all could have been killed. I actually thought the standoff was pretty fucking good. Maybe they should have laid it out a little better so that plot armor won't save them. But I thought the standoff between them, even with Tyrion pleading, I actually thought that was a pretty good scene.
Yeah.
And her getting killed by the mountain, I thought that was good too.
Yeah. It's funny because I saw a post of how different King's Landing looks like right now. Like deforestation is a real thing there.
Oh, really? I got to see a photo of how it looked.
There was sharp comparisons of King's Landing, a few seasons ago till now, how it's all bare and shit. Like, deforestation is a real thing in Westeros.
I mean, to be fair, she set off like a nuclear bomb there a few seasons ago. So
and she did use a lot of wood to build ships and to build the scorpion shit. The scorpion weapons and like. So, the trees have slowly been dying in King's Landing.
So she killed the rainforest to feed her army and her scorpions.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So take a look at those two photo comparisons of that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Actually, just to finish this off, remembering Cersei, just to keep Euron in her side, she pretty much lied and said that the baby's his. She's like, R.
But I think it is. You
think so?
Yes. So... let's backtrack because I wasn't here for these. I think so. So I did do episode 2, right?
I don't remember.
I remember. Whatever. So in episode 2,
okay,
when she fucks Euron, right?
Okay.
It was episode 1 that she fucks Euron. She's drinking wine after she fucks him.
Yeah, but you really think they knew about the wine thing back then?
I don't know, man.
But okay. I'm going to hear your argument.
Let's play the game. Okay. Let's just say that if...
entertain me.
Yeah, because I think before that she wasn't drinking any wine. And then all of a sudden she's drinking wine after fucking this guy.
Okay.
So I feel that she fucks him.
Okay.
To play that game.
Okay.
That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, but... Okay, so you really do think she is pregnant with Euron's child in this case? You think so?
Yeah. I think she lost Jaime's kid if she was pregnant. Which to this moment I still never believed that she was pregnant. I think she was just fucking with him.
I think she's fucking with everybody. I don't think she's pregnant with anyone's kid.
So I think she actually did lose her kid because she was really sad when he told her, "I'm gonna knock you up."
Yes.
And if you saw her reaction, it was like almost even crying.
Yeah.
So I think she did lose her kid if she was pregnant to begin with. And she's actually pregnant with Euron's kid at this moment in time.
Okay. I just think she's lying about all of it. She's just using that baby thing to get sympathy because it worked against Tyrion. Tyrion dropped his guard like a stupid idiot that we talked about because of the baby. Jaime's, kind of thinking about the baby because he knows.
Yeah.
Euron's thinking it's his baby. And then Tyrion is still going like, for your child, So
she doesn't give a fuck.
She doesn't give a shit, and I don't think she has a baby at all. I think she's just dangling it to make everyone kind of like...
And like what you said right now, like if what you're saying is true, she's probably not pregnant. She's just fucking with everybody.
She's fucking with everybody. I'm pretty sure she's fucking with everybody.
Yeah.
They might even show like in an episode or two later. I mean, the last 2 episodes, obviously.
Essentially.
They might just explain that she lost it a while ago, and she's just been,
Yeah.
And of course, Dr. Frankenstein's on her side because that's...
Yeah, he would never give up her.
Yeah, he would never give her up. He is ride or die because she reinstated him for being... Because I think he was too extreme, and then she just reinstated him. So,
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much the gist of it. It kind of just ends there after the beheading and time for battle.
Yeah.
So the same director that directed the 3rd episode... The Battle of Winterfell will be directing the next episode. So I'm pretty sure
it's another battle sequence.
It's going to be a nice big battle sequence complete with drama about tactics.
Yeah. Well, what tactic? What are you talking about? These motherfuckers don't have any tactics.
There you go.
The fuck, they're idiots.
My point exactly.
They're idiots. These people are fucking dumb.
That's that.
Yeah, I mean,
I enjoyed the episode more than you did, but yes, it was full of problems.
It was very underwhelming for me. And... yeah, I don't know. It was just so stupid, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just expected more. Like, starting off how strong the episode started. I mean, the season started. Episode 1 and 2 were really strong with character moments. It was really strong with the developments of these characters we're having, and then all of a sudden, it goes out the window. And especially with this episode, like I felt everybody was being stupid, and the plot was being driven by idioticness. Rather than them being smarter about things. I don't know, dude. I didn't want to talk about this anymore.
Anyways, I think that
Fuck
about
this.
wraps it up. Armando's pissed, and we're actually done because that's the end of the episode anyway. So we'll see what the next one's all about. See if you enjoy it more.
It's funny because like I've never ever seen what's coming up next week, and it is the first time I ever did because I said fuck this shit, dude. I just let me see what happens. Like right now, if someone gives me a spoiler of the show, I'm like, all right, cool, man, thanks, dude. I'm not gonna even avoid it anymore. Like fuck this. Like it's just I feel so underwhelmed by all this shit that's happening. That I don't really care anymore. Fuck everything. Wait. Before I stop talking about this, we need to mention Heartbreak number fucking 4, which is so stupid, man. How the fuck did John say bye to everybody?
Oh my god!
Hug Tormund, hug Sam, and all this bullshit, and just gives Ghost a fucking nod.
Yeah,
like how's that even? This dog has been with you from day one,
literally day one, like episode 1.
And I'm just, and you didn't even fucking pet him or hug him. I'm like, come on, dude. The CG budget can give you a fucking
exactly. I mean, come on. You already killed off 2 dragons. The remaining CG budget, use it on.
Come on, dude.
So dumb.
Ghost has been such an afterthought in this show. It's insane. And yet you can't even give him a good send-off when he's like, yo, man, just take my dog.
That was a terrible send-off.
He'll ride with you. And then he's like, all right, homie, later.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad send-off.
I'm like, come on, dude. Go up to your dog who's fucking been loyal as shit. And just fucking be like, you'll be okay in the north, buddy.
Right.
And that's it, dude.
I'm gonna miss you, Ghost.
That's it. That's all he didn't say. He'd be like, all right, boy, later. Like, come on, man. Touch your dog, dude.
Yeah, bullshit.
Man, fuck that, man. Fuck this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Whatever.
That wraps it up. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week. Bye-bye. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum